Alright guys, in this video we'll be going over a practice test 1 for organic chemistry. This is basic stuff that you should have learned from regular chem or maybe from just chapters 1 through 3 and chapter 14. These are all the pages blank. I recommend doing it before I do. And now let's get started. I'm going to use my tablet to draw because it's much easier than using a mouse. I hate that. The first one's functional groups. You should know these by heart. It's pretty simple. In my last video I explained it. That's a ketone, a bromine, and it's a halide, so it's an alkyl halide. And then there's a double bond alkene, a regular OH alcohol, and a double bond OH aldehyde. In the last video, I explained that single bonds are much longer than triple bonds and double bonds. What that basically means is triple bonds are your shortest and regular single bonds are your longest. Pretty simple. B is just as simple. All you gotta do is know the valency, which for carbon is 4. Then you count the amount that's actually on the carbon, which is 4 as well. So 4 minus 4 is 0. By now you should know how to do hybridization. You just count the double, triple, and single bonds as 1 and lone pairs as 1. So it's just 1, 2, and 2 is just sp. When finding your largest dipole, just go with the most electronegative, which in this case is oxygen, so all the electrons want to go to it, and the others are just nothing, so there you go. This one has 4 sigma bonds that you can see, but there's also those hidden hydrogens on bond line structure, which makes this an 8. This, you just go from right to left, pretty easy. There's 2 methyl groups, and that's attached to a CH, connected to a CHCl, connected to a CH2Br. That's it. So you just count and match them to, the condensed formula, and the strongest bases are the weakest acids, so the higher the pKa, the stronger the base, and lower pKa, the stronger the acid. When they're asking for higher boiling point, they're asking for which one won't be broken as easily. In this case, hydrogen bonding is the only example you see, so the one with the most hydrogen bonding will take the cake. Strong acids arise in more electronegative and bigger atoms. I explained that in the last video. So oxygens are electronegative, but chlorine and fluorine will be more. But in this case, since there's more fluorine than chlorine, the fluorine will be the best and strongest acid. If it was just a single fluorine and not 3, then the chlorine would win. So this time it's just the weakest. In that case, you look at the size mostly. And nitrogen is the smallest, sulfur is the biggest, and oxygen's like the middle. And sulfur and oxygen have the same pretty much electronegativity, so nitrogen's obviously going to be the loser. Again with pKa, what you do is you just match it up with its corresponding molecule. It gives you it, so for that one it's 38 and 25, and for this one it's 4.9 and 2.3. With pKa's, all you have to do is subtract them, and if it's greater than 10, it's non-reversible. But if it's lower than 10, it is. Now that you know which is which, you have to figure out where the arrow is going to point. It'll usually favor the weaker side, the side with the higher pKa. Weaker acids usually are less electronegative and smaller, and stronger bases are the opposite of strong acids. The next question talks about drawing bond line structure, or font formula, whatever. All you gotta do is neglect drawing out the C and the H. All you have to do is just draw a line for those corners, usually. I would start with this first one by drawing the double bond, and since it's trans, you should know it's going opposite directions, and you should always draw them kind of up and down, because these things like being as far away from each other as possible. I honestly suck at drawing these, but you still get the good grade even if you draw it badly, just so you know. Just have the correct number of carbons, count them out, and just make sure that everything is connected. A majority of the time they will show the double bond, and that makes it a lot easier. Just, make sure that when you draw a triple bond, they are 180 degrees because it doesn't bend on those. Now, these formulas can be drawn differently depending on how you see it, but it doesn't matter as long as you have the right number of carbons and hydrogens and all that. This next one asks for if they're the same, different, resonance, or constitutional. This first one has the same number of carbons, same number of hydrogens, they're just shaped differently, and they're the same structure, so I will say they are the same. This next one displays some 3D-ness to it, but just know that you can turn these, like they can spin, so it's the same. This one, they're obviously different just by the way they look and the amount they are, so it doesn't display the double bond as well, so just so you know. This D, I would say they're constitutional only because they may look the same, but their placement of the OH of the alcohol is different. That's the only thing. They have everything the same except for that, so that means they're constitutional. Whenever you see these negative and positive signs, that means it's resonance, just so you know. It's pretty obvious to see. Arrow pushing's easier than resonance. It gives you the answer in this, so all you have to do is kind of match how you see it. Make sure you draw from the lone pair to whatever you're trying to grab. In this case, it wants another hydrogen, so it's going to go from that lone pair to the hydrogen, and then that bond between the oxygen and hydrogen is going to break. So you draw it from the bond to the oxygen, because that oxygen takes the lone pair from that bond. And then you do it for these. It wants another hydrogen, it wants the more electrons. In this case, it also wants another hydrogen. So you draw it from that oxygen to the hydrogen and break that bond. Pretty standard. This gives you the answer. The last bit is IR spectroscopy, which is in chapter 14. You might see this in the lab or something. This first spectrum has this specific area right there by itself, which is a triple bond, CC. And then you see this narrow one all the way to the side right there. That's this carbon that's connected to another carbon and connected to the triple bond. And there's only one triple bond in the answers, so that's obviously going to be spectrum A. Make sure you write next to them like the C double bonds and all that stuff, so the teacher knows that you understand it. This one, it's a double bond O because of that deep spike all the way to the bottom. That's the only thing I see on this. So let's go up to the answers, and I see only one that has a ketone by itself, and that's probably going to be the answer. For this next one, you'll see that there's another really high spike, and that's an O double bond. And then I also see there's a rounded bit to the side. That's indication of an OH. So let's go up and look. And I only see one that has both. And that's it. So subscribe for more.